Does it sometimes seem as though you never have quite enough? Maybe there's more months to go when the money runs out. Or maybe there's enough money for the basic monthly expenses, but not enough for any luxuries or the vacation you've been wanting to take. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas, and this is your daily devotional for Friday, November 7th, 2025. It is the exceedingly rare person who believes he or she always has enough. Maybe it's just human nature, but it seems as though there's always a desire for something more. Don't get me wrong here. Many times there is a need for more. It's not always just about being greedy. I've lived my entire adult life within the nonprofit sector, both as a church employee and as a board member of several different nonprofit organizations. One of the differences between a for-profit and a not-for-profit organization is that nonprofits don't return earnings to owners or stockholders. Most people get that difference, but another difference between for-profit organizations and most nonprofits is that nonprofits seek to fill a need that cannot be rationally priced at a profit. Schools are an excellent example of this. Almost no school is able to charge enough to cover the full cost of educating students. Private schools and colleges, therefore, also have to raise funds from supporters with deep pockets to cover things like new buildings that cannot easily be covered by tuition payments. Nonprofits, therefore, are always bumping up against the need for more. Yes, I am aware that there are a few schools, a very few, that really do have enough, but they are by far the exception rather than the rule. Same thing holds true for us in our own lives. There is almost always something else we want or need that we can't quite afford right now. It's a source of real stress in many people's lives. There is, however, one thing that is never in scarce supply, a thing whose supply is always sufficient to meet all needs. Listen to Paul describe his famous thorn in the flesh in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. To keep me from being too elated, a thorn was given to me in the flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me, to keep me from being too elated. 3 times I appealed to the Lord about this, that it would leave me, but he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. So I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may dwell in me. Therefore I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities for the sake of Christ. For whenever I am weak, then I am strong." So there has always been endless speculation about what Paul's thorn in the flesh was. But truth is, no one really knows. What is important is not what it was exactly, but what it represented for God and for Paul. It served as a reminder to Paul that no matter how weak he was, God's grace was always sufficient to keep him going. Grace is the one thing that is never in short supply. Grace takes a variety of forms in different people's lives, but it all boils down to this. Grace is God's good gift of love and acceptance. And that is never in short supply. And now may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do this day and in all the days ahead.